effective concept notes. I further appreciate the Directorate of Lautech under Professor T.A. Adedosu for providing the necessary logistics to put together this valuable program. Let us make the most of this training session. Thank you all. I hereby declare webinar open.
Okay, thank you so much, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Araromi. So, we still welcome more participants on board. Thanks for joining. So, getting set, I have our resource person who more or less is a household name in Lautech, Professor Emi Aibino. So he has been a very wonderful and resourceful individual. I think he's a jewel to us in Nigeria in the field of grantsmanship, in the field of innovation, in the field of AI. So more or less the champion of AI in Nigeria. For his wealth of experience, he has worked with corporate postgraduate studies abroad. Specifically, he studied in Malaysia, where he was one of the important experts in the field of mechatronics and its application. Professor Aibino has traveled far and wide all over the world, delivering lectures, and his outing in Nigeria cannot be just counted because he's always here and there. For this season, where we now have the concept notes, various universities always have resource person to put them through. So we thank God and appreciate God in his life for doing this. And to crown it all, despite being the Vice Chancellor of a private university, Summit University of Ofa, Professor Aibino is still always available for us. We appreciate this, and we pray that God Almighty will continue to strengthen you. So, sir, Professor Aibino, we are all waiting for you to enrich us from your knowledge, from your expertise on how to write successful concept notes. Lest I forget that the last concept note that was submitted, Lautech won about 7 positions to the final level. We thank you because you had the same training for us last time. And I'm promising you, sir, Professor, that this time around, we are going to win nothing less than 20. So hopefully, your resourcefulness will help us to achieve much. So, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to invite on board the Vice Chancellor of Summit University, an erudite scholar, a guru of artificial intelligence, and a resource person in grantsmanship. Please, let's welcome Professor Musa Abiodun Aibino. You're welcome on board, sir.
Thanks a lot for that wonderful accolades and citation and the rest. I don't even know where to start. I had to stop my video because I was just going from here to here. Okay, good morning again, everybody, and a good day, everyone. And let me just call the attention of some of us to this talk. I think it has limitation, and I can only see it admitting 100 people or 100 participants. I don't know why, because some have gotten across to me that they are denied access. So whoever is in charge should help us look at that. At least 5 people have reached out to me saying that they have not been able to join this because the quota has been filled. So please help us look at it if you can increase the access. Thank you. So again, it's my pleasure to be here this morning, and happy noting that last year we had nothing less than 7 from from our university here, Lautech Akintola University of Ogbomoso. Please kindly confirm that you can see my screen. And for you to confirm that you can see my screen, can you let me type what you have on the screen there? Type it in the message box and let me be sure that you can see the screen.
I guess you have submitting award-winning concept notes.
Okay, thank you.
That's what we have there. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
I hope others could see us.
Yeah. So, yeah, thanks a lot. So that's just what I want to confirm. Again, apology to those who have been logged out or those who cannot join us. Please, this is just a brief about me. I'm the present Vice Chancellor and the Chief Executive and Academic Officer, Summit University of Kwara State, Nigeria. Let me also say, last year when we had this, I was yet to become Mogaji. But now I'm Mogaji Aikunlala Ibinomo family, Tabigbo Oronyo Ibadan. Mogaji in Ibadan simply means Olubadan of Ibadan in waiting, because you have to, you will start, it's more or less, you start ruling, but you wait to reign as Olubadan of Ibadan when you only become Olubadan. But Mogaji means Olubadan of Ibadan in waiting. So that's just another side about me. But this is exactly what I do. What I do is what we have here. I'm into mechatronics, academpreneurship, artificial intelligence. We have a lot of people on AI and the rest. So please take note of that. And then I've been in assistance for long. And then I'm into spiritual intelligence also and borderless learning. But today I will be sharing my experience with you on grantmanship. But before that, let me also share with you that at Summit University of we shall be developing innovations and inventions. I want you to take note of those two words, innovations and invention. That will be changing the way we live in our communities, we defend our nations, and work in Africa. So those two words are so important, innovations and inventions. So if you understand the meaning of innovation, and I just want to share that part with you. I am presenting here, if someone can help us mute his phone.
Please, sir.
Just a
We
minute.
need to share the screen, sir. Prof.
Okay.
Share the screen once again.
Okay, just a minute.
Okay, sir.
Stop sharing. Let me share the entire screen then, and you know I can share window. I want you to confirm. Yes, I want you to confirm that my slide is changing from one slide to another. Just confirm that. Hello, is it transiting from one slide to another?
Confirmed, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, what can you see on your screen now today?
Research Grant 1, 2013 to
Research Grant
2021.
1, 2013, 2021.
What? Okay, it's not changing. Just a minute. Just 1 minute. Yeah, let me share the entire window and close. Just 1 minute. I will. Okay. Okay. Let me share the entire window. What's up now?
Yeah, it's okay now.
Yeah,
It's okay.
yeah. Can you see changing?
Yeah, yeah. It's changing.
Okay. So this is where I stopped. That I'm into mechatronics, acadopreneurship, AI, SI, and borderless learning. And I mentioned to us about innovations and inventions just few seconds or minutes ago. And then what can you see on your screen right now?
Research grant 1.
2010. Yes, I just want to be sure. So when you see this presentation, I just want to convince you that I'm going to be sharing my own experience with you. And I've just caught part of it, just a window, because you will see I stop at 2021. And a lot of things happened between 2021 and 2024. In 2013, you can see we won how many grants. Can we type it on the chart if you are with me? From what you are seeing, number of grants won in 2013 is in color yellow, but you can tell me the number there? 1. In 2014, you can see the steady growth and then the stabilization and the rest.
Sir, the screen is not there again, sir. The slide is not.
Prof, kindly reshare the screen.
What's happening today? Let me see. Let me see if I should be able to.
Maybe you mute your video and share the screen, sir.
Yeah, I think a lot of course from here I can see the reason now. So, okay. So you must have this one now, yes or no?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
hope is still changing. You must have learning objectives now.
Let's go
Yes.
back to the previous slide.
No.
You must have the learning objectives now.
No.
Sir.
What's okay?
We have research grant.
Let's clean the liar. Okay. You must have the learning objectives now.
Yes.
To this one. So here now you must have the research grant 1, 2013 to 2021.
Exactly.
So I want you to look at the amount won in 2013. Can we all mute? Is how much from there? How much can you see? 220,000 naira research grant 1. But see, between 2013 and 2015, we were talking about 2.7 million. Yes or no? And then in 2019, 2021, you can see it growing up to 19, 25 million, and so on, 38 million, 75 million, and so on. Hope you can see the screen.
Documentation and so on. The matter has to be adjourned till September.
Hope you can see the screen there.
Yes.
So what I want you to pay attention to is the humble beginning. We started with just winning a research grant worth of 220,000 naira. About 7 or 8 of us in that team, and we celebrated that. And you can see the humble beginning there. And you can see the growth plan, how we have been moving, growing from humble beginning of 20,000 naira. Now we are now talking about 75 million. And the last one that we lost about 4 or 5 weeks ago, what around, let me say it was not so much, but it was around 980,000 USD, 98000 USD, not Naira. So one thing I want you to know is that you must start from managing small money, small fund. It's always good to start with small fund or small grant, but you must have what is called the growth plan. Growth plan. Once you have growth plan, you can now be scaling. So It doesn't matter where 1,000 steps start from what? Step number 1. NRF is asking for 50 million, the upper ceiling of 50 million. How many of us have managed IBR of 5 million or 2 million? How many of us? So to some of us, I will still advise us, let's start small, but have mind of scaling big. And then risk taking also. From managing a small research grant of 220,000, it means the risk there is very low. By the time you fail to deliver and you're asked to refund, I'm sure you can easily refund 220,000 naira. But now, when you have a grant worth 75 million as a professor, I'm sure that one will take us nothing less than 7 to 10 years before we can repay, even without touching our salary. So that will make you to actually put more effort to the work. So what am I saying here? We must have growth plan. We must learn how to take risk, and we must learn how to start very low or small. And lastly, you can see we started with grants from Nigeria or Nigerian government. Firstly, from our university, then we now started, then NCC funded research grant, then we manage MDAs, then government. Now we are talking about international grant. So the whole idea is that even when you want to join this field of grantmanship, or you need to start, you can start with a small step, but you must be local in your approach. That is, you must have it in your mind that you must be a global player. Now, we are now talking about lots of international research funding. So again, start small, have a growth plan, take risk, manage risk, and note that you must be local in your approach. It's on this note I say this is going to be our learning objectives today, or our discussion objective, that we are going to be talking about concept note. And again, we are going to look at NRF concept note. So I'm going to pause a little bit here. I want to ask a question, and please, you are allowed only to type your response. When is the closing time as of today of NRF grant, NRF request for concept note for this year NRF cycle? I want you to type it on the chat box there. So I will wait a little bit. I will stop sharing. But the question is, when is the deadline for submission for 2024 NRF Tetfund Nrf call for concept notes? So let me stop a little bit. So thank you. So please type your response on the chat box, and I will. So yes, I'm waiting. 23rd August. Someone is saying 23rd. Let's see. Yes, I'm waiting. Please type. I want it to be participatory, please. So that's why 23rd of August. Yes. Okay, 23rd of August. 2 people. Okay, the third. Okay, third response also 23rd. Let's see. Who else? 23rd, yes, again. Okay, 23rd, yes. More? Keep it coming, please. 23rd. Okay, fine. And today's date is what? 28th. Today's date is what? 28th. How many hours left? You have how many hours? That is 23 minus 20. That's 3 days times 24. That we have 72 hours. So my first question, 72 hours, what can you achieve within? My next question is, what can you achieve within 72 hours? Can you type, can you develop one, can you write 1,500 words within 72 hours? Within 72 hours. The second question is, what can you do within 72 hours? And the third question is, can you write 1,500 words within 72 hours? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, thanks. Yes, I can see you typing yes. Okay, sorry if I don't call your title. I'm very sorry about that. Yeah. So for me to be on the safer side, I will address everybody as professor. Professor Asimi Yolale Komuranos, yes. Professor Funke Olaguju answer yes. Professor Ireti Alao, yes. So it means that we are ready for business because we are okay. Professor Jacob Olubukola Oladipo also answered what? Affirmative yes, and then Professor Christiana Olani. So let's start the business now. Let's now start our business. Entire screen. Okay. So let's start the business. So today I will be talking about concept notes. Can you unmute yourself and confirm that you can see the screen now with
Yes, you can
Yes,
see.
we can see it.
yes, and I want you to read what you have here for me before going further.
Before going
Yes,
further,
it doesn't matter what.
It doesn't matter how many resources you have.
If you
If you don't
how
know
to
how to
use
use
them,
them.
it will never be enough. So I want us to mute ourselves again. Kindly mute.
Okay.
Yeah, kindly mute. Please let us mute. So why I'm sharing this because we only have 72 hours. With 72 hours, if you don't know how to use that 72 hours, you will just be like that man there. 72 hours is enough time for you to conceptualize an idea and write 1,500 words. 72 hours. So it doesn't matter how many hours you have. If you don't know how to use them, if you don't know how to use the number of hours you have, it will never be enough. That is the second lesson I want us to take home. Some may be thinking, oh, it is closing on 23rd and time has gone and 72 hours is enough for you to make a change. So before going further, remember, we only have 72 hours left. And it doesn't matter how many hours you have left. If you don't know how to use the number of hours, it will never be enough. Just like that man that has enough ladders there, but the man is just representing you and me. So let's move on. So what is a concept note? What is a concept note? That is the first, that's my question now. What is a concept note? What is a concept note? Anybody? Anybody? What is a concept note? Just one person, unmute yourself and you can share your idea with us. What is a concept note? Note. What is a concept note? What is a concept note? What is a, okay. What is a idea write-up? Yes, I totally agree. What is a concept note? So you can type it. Only one person to unmute. What is a concept note? What is a concept note? A brief outline of a proposed project. Thank you. Yes. 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 What I say? A concept note is a brief document. Note is a brief document that provides an overview of a proposed project or idea. Thank you. That is what we call a concept note. Very brief, very clear, very succinct. Okay, Prof. Araromi Suleiman, has this to say. A concept note is a preliminary document. You can see preliminary document that clearly outline the initial ideas for a potential project. Very succinct description of what you call a concept note. Brief outline of a proposal on intervention program. Very correct. So you can see when you look at all the suggestions or all the definitions or description provided so far, you will see they talk about brief, because it's very, very brief. How many hours, if you are chatting with your friends, or let's say just a friend, do you know that within 1 hour, you will use more than 1,500 words? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. So I want it to be interactive. That's why I'm asking. Yes. So if we can chat. Okay. Yes. Okay. Let's continue. Let's continue. Fine. Yeah. So that's so. Now, what can you see on the screen, everybody?
What is a concept note?
Yeah, but you need to know that a concept note, submitting your concept note is more or less like you are participating in an Olympic competition. It is a competition if you really need to win. So if you really need to win. So next slide now is this one is showing you, confirm if you have that. A concept note is a brief outline of a project. That's what you must have on your screen right now. A brief outline of a project. And mostly we have inside it introduction, background, introduction, background, propose objectives, results, and budget overview. And normally, a concept note should not be more than 2 to 3 pages. Maximum, maybe 5, unless the donor agency is asking for more than that. But most donor publish call for concept notes. So there are 2 types of concept notes. We have what is called solicited concept note, and we have what is called unsolicited concept note. So, unsolicited concept note. When we say solicited, that is the donor or funding agency is made announcement that, okay, there is this fund, but for you to access it, you need to write a concept note first so that they can check and see if the idea is okay, and they cannot ask you for full documentation. Hope the slide is changing, please. Kindly confirm. What you must have on your screen now is type of concept note.
Exactly.
Okay, fine. So general information required in concept note include the name of your organization, in this case, your institution, the title, the justification, activities, expected result, and most importantly, innovation, how different it is from other or earlier projects funded, and maybe budget estimate and timeline. So this is the general information in a typical concept note. But I want you to pay attention to these 5 important things. Number 1, we have all agreed that a concept note is a brief outline or just a preliminary. So you must keep it as brief as possible. As brief as possible. That is what the idea is, why the idea is important. And you must explain your idea clearly. You must explain it clearly, despite the fact that you must use limited number of words. and you write to your audience and spell out the benefits associated with what you are bringing on board. And you must pull all those things together. That is, must be precise and concise at the same time. And at the end, must show what is called value for money. So those are the 5 things I want you to take note. So can we take note? Do the screenshot right now. Number 1, keep it brief. Number 2, explain your idea clearly. Number 3, write to your audience or to the funding. Don't just assume that your audience or the donor agency, they understand the grammarification of your extarification in an unbalanced equation. No. You will write to them so that they will understand what you are saying, and you must spell out the benefits. What are those things that you are bringing on board, and what problem are you solving? So preparing an award-winning NRF concept note now, because we need to focus on NRF. Number 1, Tetfund is an agency of the FGN of Nigeria, and then we have various, and then we have 3 major categories: humanity and social sciences, we have science, engineering, technology, and innovation, and then we have cross-cutting. So you can apply, you can submit your concept note in any of these 3 categories. And we have different thematic areas. So also you check for the appropriate one. One way to disqualify or to actually put yourself in a disadvantageous position is to pick the wrong a wrong category. Nobody will move your concept note from where you submitted it to another category or thematic. No. If it is best suited for transport and you now submit it under resource governance, that's your own headache. So what I mean is that determine the right thematic area. That's the first thing. Number 2, you need to know that for NRF, the concept note is the first stage of the call for proposal. It's the first stage. And it's used to briefly describe the research project you have. And please take note, your concept note will be evaluated by minimally 2 experts in that field. Minimally 2 experts in that field. And at times, if the score disparity is a bit high, more than 10, more or equal to 10, then the 3rd expert will be brought in to even check. So don't think that your concept note will not be evaluated. And then it is only when your concept note is found fundable that you'll be asked to move to the 2nd stage, and you'll be asked to submit a full proposal. And your concept note should not be more than 1,500 words. And the budget ceiling, please, is 50 million. If the budget ceiling is 50 million, you're asking for 49,950,000, it shows that you are not ready for this work. It shows that because the ceiling is 50 million, that's what you are targeting to just say, no. Cost reasonableness must be there. And if you are just applying or you are just starting this journey and you are asking for a budget of 50 million to start your journey, please let us take note of what is called cost reasonableness. So again, take note, the first stage for NRF is concept note, and you are expected to describe your project, talk about innovation, gender sensitivity, the teamwork, and the rest. And it's only if your concept note is found fundable that you'll be asked to proceed to the 2nd stage. And most importantly, don't use more than 1,500 words. And it's not by your own counting, it's by the counting of the software there. So if you decide to say because it will accept more than 1,500 words and you think you can cheat the system, you have to automatically disqualify yourself. And also, don't let the budget limit be more than 50 million. And then format of the concept note, the title is important, the thematic area, pick the right one, and the background, the statement of problem, objectives, and so on. What I will want you to know is that it's better you quickly create your login detail now, and you can look at all the areas needed. But what you have in this slide, yes, you have the title. And please don't forget, the title must not be more than 21 words. How many words can we type it on the chat? The title recommended, do not let it be more than 21 words. That's just my own advice. And to me, I will always work with 19 words. 19 words. That's my own preference. And then innovation, how different it is from other or earlier projects. Estimated budget, just a value, but don't let the value be more than 50 million. References, at this stage, don't let your references be more than 5. That is important. And then the recency is also important. I will suggest that we are in 2020 what? 2024. If you need to put in your reference, don't let it be older than 2020. That is those work published between 2020 and 2024. And if you are asking me to fund your work to the tune of even 20 million, and you have not worked in that aspect, how will you show me you have worked? At least one of your team members must have published in that area. Include that in your reference and let your research team show area of specialization and be gender sensitive. So this is it. Gender sensitive is so important. The technical competency of your team is important. And then what exactly are you bringing on board? And what's the commercialization potential of it? So my suggestion, because of time, number one, before you write, plan before you write. And your planning must include thinking. Have a think tank team. Now that you are conceptualizing one idea, even, again, that man that I showed us, let me quickly, what can you see on the screen, everybody?
Before going further.
Now, what can you say about that man? He has how many ladders there?
Several ladders.
That is just like you and me. We have supervised
so many ladders.
So many ladders. We have supervised enough final year projects that we can use that as an idea to start with. But every time we think of something. When we are yet to finish one. Most of us, we have supervised over 10 final year projects. So, number one, today, go and dust some of them. See those ones that you can push forward and improve. A work done 4 years ago is already too old now. Maybe as a result of technology. Why can't you improve, innovate, and put new technology? Or the results have been obtained there, and you need to push the work forward. And you focus, and you think. To me, after today's talk, quickly call 2 of your colleagues and 3 of your students, or 4. Make a team of 7, if at all, if not a team of 5. Have the think tank team today. Think about it. What do we want to do? Don't try it first. Plan first. Then your planning must give time for thinking, where you collaborate and where you do what is called cross-fertilization of ideas. That is thinking before you start writing that 1,500 words. Suggestion number 1. Who can read what we have on the screen for me, please? Just
read the application instructions carefully.
That is just the rule. If you can stick
read
to
the
that,
application instructions
carefully. That is the
Don't
number
forget.
1. And don't forget, read the application. That's the major thing. So if you want to apply for this year NRF, Don't assume I applied last year. It's the same rule. No. Go back, download this call. Download the call for NRF concept note. Read it carefully again. Some areas have been changed there. Read the application instruction carefully. Please take note. That is my suggestion number 1. Number 2, I've mentioned it now, just like that man. You need to collaborate. You need to think. You need to collaborate with other investigators. Collaborate with your students so that they can fill gaps in your expertise and training. And now we talk about team science and not about. And again, show your draft application or concept note to a colleague. And that colleague, show your draft to a colleague who does not already know what you intend to do or what you and your colleagues are planning to do, so that that guy will give you honest feedback. Don't give to someone who will be hailing you, actually, prof. No. Give it to that colleague in your department or in your close area that will give you honest feedback. Especially in this side, we normally say that colleague that is in you. When you give that colleague, he or she will do the needful for you. Suggestion number 3. We have how many hours left? How many days?
3 days, sir.
So for the next 3 days, and that's why I put it in as number 3, you must know that grantmanship is a full-time job. Dedicate the next 3 days for this work. Dedicate the next 3 days from planning. Immediately after this call, check your shelf, pick 2, 3, 4 of the old work that you can start with. Invite 3 or 4 of your colleagues. Think about it.